And we're in.
Thanks for sticking by. Sorry, we're a little late. Part of our team is back from the land of the living, or back to the land of the living.
That's debatable. I'm going to put that out there right now. But anyway.
Well, you have the coffee, so just start blasting that stuff down.
I get it in me, don't worry.
To be fair, you are the most handsome zombie at the moment.
Oh, thank you. I wake up good. I'll give like it's one thing I have as a talent is I have good get out of bed head.
You do. I mean, you have quite a manly on there. It's like, how do you wake up and it's fine? As somebody who used to have long hair, I woke up and I looked like the bog beast from Mordor.
It's actually all long, tied, and matted. It's just that due to the sheer length of it, gravity is quite gracious.
Centrifugal force holds it down.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
When I go to sleep with wet hair, I wake up with a bush.
I have too many jokes and suitable for families.
I shaved the beard. That's the way my beard when I wake up. I actually have to brush my beard more when I get up in the morning than do my hair. Not anymore.
Do you own beard oil?
Me?
No.
Oh, it's all right. We're about to rage quit.
I own like beard conditioner.
So your beard squeaks.
What?
No beard oil, so it squeaks. Never mind.
Oh, sorry. I got you. Right. Sorry.
Still sleepy.
So, anyway, gentlemen, what is the day?
We are talking killer machines. Yeah. And we also have an interesting discussion of the definition of killer machines. What constitutes a machine? Wondering earlier, does the Borg count? Or do you call those killer machines? Or since they have a biological component to them, are they no longer pure machines and ineligible for this discussion?
Huh. I'm loving Johnny's face at the moment. Prior, whilst Mr. Deadly was very comfortable, me and Tom were discussing the Borg in regards to, is it a killer machine? I mean, we were discussing movies, and if you got a Star Trek First Contact, it's like the biological part cannot exist. Sorry, the mechanical part cannot exist without the biological part, but the biological part can exist without the mechanical. So does it actually count as a machine? Is it a machine?
But I'm not super up on my Star Trek. So but how was there?
Well,
oh, I think.
Okay.
We had a blip.
Okay, I don't know who that was. Was it me?
I think it was because both cameras.
Probably. Oh, good. I'm so glad the one streaming this is the one with the internet issues. I was saying I'm aware. I watched a lot of like Next Generation. I didn't really watch all of Star Trek, but like, how did the first Borg happen?
I don't think that's been explored just
because
yet.
You'd kind of need that to identify, because there has to have been some pre-existing robotic Borg organism or mechanical organism that would have turned the first whatever.
Somebody that wanted to be combined.
Yeah, well, like there would have to have been something. It's seeing as the Borg is a race.
The chickens or eggs.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So was there a robot that came first that started turning people into these cybernetic organisms, because they are more cyborg than robot?
But it's like one of my all-time favorite killer machines, even though the movie is quite frowned upon, even though I still have a real soft spot for it, is Kane from RoboCop 2. And as a practical lover and stop-motion animation, Kane, he's one of the best villains ever, and yet so overlooked. But again, like the Borg, he is biological core. He has the spine and a heart and a brain. Sorry, spine, eyes, and brain. But if those are destroyed, the machine is destroyed. But I still categorize Kane as a machine.
I still love the part where he just rips and smashes it. Makes him watch.
I mean, everybody seems to love, Ed 209. But it's like, then Kane came along and I'm like, Ed 209? Be gone with you, you feeble thing. Kane was just an awesome, awesome cinematic killer machine. But another one we mentioned when me and Tom were talking was General Grievous, because we're both nerd and proud. And General Grievous from episode 3.
From Star Wars?
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But again, he was a life form that was effectively driving a vehicle, an autonomous vehicle. So the big four-armed, even though he did kill 4 Jedi and stole their lightsabers, he is still a completely complete biological life form, which just uses a vehicle.
Yeah, because he can use the Force, can't he?
I don't know if he can.
I think that would answer.
I don't believe
he's obviously what they call Force sensitive.
That would be a really good rule of thumb as to if he was robot or not, because if he was a robot, he'd be disconnected from the Force, as he's not a biological entity.
Interesting. He was still a cool character. He was one of the best characters of the prequel.
I don't know how I pulled that out of my arse. I'm just going to put that in the crowd chat right now, because I don't really watch Star Wars.
Just as a nerd and defending the prequel trilogy, forget Anakin. Just watch it for Palpatine. Palpatine is just the number one reason to watch that prequel trilogy, and he makes it worthwhile.
I am the Senate.
Unlimited power! Yeah. I'm a nerd.
I love the YouTube video where they replaced him with Kermit the Frog. Look it up.
I have
it's
unlimited
hilarious.
power!
Tom, tell us one of your favorite killing machines.
I actually have a soft spot for the robots from Chopping Mall.
Oh, the killbots.
The killbots. Yeah, I mean,
They're
they're guarding a mall, but they're so deliciously overpowered and lethal, but so lethal for defending a mall.
Who are they protecting this mall from?
I know, right? And they're like blasting teenagers left and right. It's just...
And they pop that head. I mean, it was Dick Miller, one of the ultimate... That guy. He's just mopping the floor. He's an employee. His head's gone. I think the only thing I didn't like about the killbots was they were so basic. I mean, as a practical movie lover, I want to see a big, complex parts. This was just a bin on wheels.
I think that was probably part of the budget. They probably had this guy in costume pushing it around, or it was like an RC car under there.
But yeah, they definitely made a great entry into B-movie horror movies. And yeah, who doesn't love the killbots? I mean, they're weirdly kind of adorable, but they always reminded me. Did you ever see Flight of the Navigator?
Oh god!
Oh yeah,
Nerd buddy. Do you remember Ralph?
The Pee-wee spaceship?
No. Ralph was the robots that lived on the site, and he hid himself inside one of the.
Oh
Ralph.
yeah.
Is that not just a killbot with a different?
It was the 80s. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't reuse props all over the place.
I miss the 80s, man. Yeah, the killbots. Great call. Great killer machine. Mr. Deadly.
Killer robots.
What's some of your favorite?
Killer robots. Seeing it just visually, because of the look of the chopping mall robots, I feel I'd be bad if I didn't mention the Daleks.
Daleks. You want to go to TV? Yeah, let's do the Daleks. I mean, again, that goes.
Sorry, they're
back
not just.
into the old,
Hang on. There's Doctor Who movies.
There are Doctor Who movies, but hear me out. What we were saying earlier about having a biological core, the Daleks are all biological.
Sorry, are they? I'm not a Doctor Who fan. I was just going with memorable killer robots.
Inside the cabinet of the Dalek is a life form. It's if you think of it, is it Davros? I believe is the head of the Daleks. He does not wear the top half. He is just literally, he's like a green alien-y kind of bastard that just wears this Dalek skirt.
Yeah, so it looks like a skirt.
Okay.
But they are actually biological underneath,
I'll tell you, I have learned something today, because I genuinely did not know that.
It's like the Cybermen as well. They're all conversions of people which have been assimilated, very similar to the Borg style of...
Okay, I'll take that one away, and I will replace it with...
Dude, not at all. The Daleks were awesome.
Did you ever see... Oh, God, what's the name of the movie? It was a Stephen King book originally. It was called The Mangler.
Oh, The Mangler.
It's like an evil printing press kind of thing.
I thought...
it's a
laundromat,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a Mangler. Yeah.
It's like a clothes
it's there in the
presser
title.
Kind of doodad, if memory served me correctly. That's a god-awful movie, but I was like...
It is a crap movie, but I've got a big soft spot for it because they kind of drafted in all of the horror royalty from the 80s. You got Kane Hodder in there, you got Robert Englund in there, you got Tony Todd in there. You got all these big names. I think even Andrew Divoff is in there just straight after doing Wishmaster.
Yes.
And it's just a great film to watch as a horror fan. It's like, there
you have Robert Englund as the...
He's kind of the owner of the factory.
He's the old man owner. Yeah.
But, if I remember, doesn't the actual become animated later in the movie as well? It actually starts chasing...
It would have to.
It's mostly the people kind of falling into it, getting fed to it by Robert Englund, that kind of thing. But it does develop arms, if memory serves me correctly.
I fell over.
Yeah, I don't remember it chasing people. I remember it like... I remember it grabbing people and it developing like teeth.
Yeah, it had this big kind of... like the furnace from Home Alone?
Yeah, that's exactly...
Hello, Kevin! It had that kind
we should add the furnace from Home Alone.
It reminds me of Elevator.
I've not seen that one. I'm aware of that one.
No, I think it's a movie, but it's
the
an elevator that murders
the
people.
The Sisters had a TV series called Elevator as well. It was like one of those horror prank shows.
Okay.
This was an elevator that killed people.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
It's like dying.
There needs to be like you've heard of Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it. There should be like a horror version of that. If it exists, there's a director that's turned it into some way of killing somebody.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what's weird? I'm finding loads of images for the Soska Sisters elevator. I can't find one picture of this goddamn... Oh, wait, here we are. Wait, yeah, here we go.
Oh.
Or wait, are Stray Kids a band?
There was a...
Okay, this mightn't be the movie. This might be a music video that Stray Kids did called Elevator. I'm trying to bring images up. I know you guys can't see it.
I'm gonna have to look into that one.
Yeah, no, the only one I could find is the Soska Sisters one. Okay, moving on.
It's like you talk about the 90s, and one of my ultimate hidden gem movies, if people are asking me about just random recommendations of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yes, lovely. It's very good.
They call them, is it Swords or Autonomous Robot Swords or something along those lines? And I absolutely adore that movie. And it's Peter Weller who played RoboCop.
Weller.
Yeah, irony.
And there's one line in that movie which to this day I still say because it is so epically fabulous, and that is, "I'm sorry, you seem to have mistaken me for somebody that gives a fuck." I still use that line.
I use that line on a regular. I haven't seen the movie you're on about, but I use that line on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's your typical 90s desolate future where there's a killer machine which lives under, which if anybody was to, it's a bit like Tremors in that sense that if you were to cross the land, you would be exposed to it. It moves off your vibrations. It can hunt you down. The movie progresses that the actual screamers, the swords, are becoming more sentient, and they're actually becoming more intelligent, and they're actually creating bigger and more deadly ways to take out humanity.
Those bastards.
It's a really, really good kind of under the radar sci-fi. I don't know what type of movie it'd be because it's a journey. It's a journey from one civilization to another across the wastelands.
It always is.
I saw in the chat 2 interesting comments. One being, would you consider any of the robots? I'm assuming it's the robots from Pacific Rim. That's killer robots.
What do they call those?
Jaegers, yeah.
Jaegers, that's it. I don't have any Jaeger. I'm on the vodka, so
I wouldn't mind some Jaeger right now, actually.
To
be honest.
Well, they're controlled by people, but they're not like self-sustaining or self-sufficient.
Although I will say, I think
robots.
my missus put crack or something in this coffee because I'm awake now. I'll tell you that.
Atta boy.
Yeah, and someone else mentioned one of the most dangerous robots in cinematic history, Johnny 5, or number 5 from Short Circuit.
I love that. I love those movies.
He did have a lot of killing potential.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if you think about what it was designed to do until he came super friendly, it was all like, Johnny 5 is alive. It's a pretty fucking killer robot.
He was a murder bot. The only difference was he had a conscience.
Yeah. And he had a great sense of humor as well, which I think was his most winning, redeemable feature, was that sense of humor. Good old Johnny 5, man.
The laser helps.
If we are talking about vehicles, there's 2 which I really want to mention. One of them is Goblin Happy Toys truck from Maximum Overdrive.
Yes.
And Christine.
Oh.
I'm putting up a picture of Johnny 5 before I do anything anyway. I'll tell you that straight out.
Please do. If you can get a shot of him from Short Circuit 2 himself into a punk. Yes.
I have him as a cowboy, but now I want that one instead. Sorry, one moment, viewers. Johnny 5.
I'd love to see something like a destruction derby between the Green Goblin, Happy Days toys, and Christine. Because yes.
Well,
if that's like one of my dream crossover movies.
This could be one of this could be an episode revisited where we do you know where we did our horror movie versus round off kind of thing. We could do a robotic version of it at a later date, or a sentient mechanical dude. There's
or cutest couple. I think they would work.
Cutest couple in horror. I'd love that.
Cutest couple in horror. I'm going to go off on a tangent if we go down there.
Go on.
I don't know. I probably have to say something along the lines of maybe Shaun of the Dead, and I've forgotten his girlfriend's name.
Mike, I always look at you and me like Shaun and the 2 lads from Shaun of the Dead a little bit. just the banter.
I know I look like Ed. I know.
I wasn't saying you look like Ed. I was talking about our general.
I know I look like Nick Frost. Fuck off.
I was more. I said it because of my uncanny resemblance to Simon Pegg. Actually, no. It's more our demeanor and dynamic between each other.
Especially when I had the long hair. It's like, but yeah, it's
I've
like
only got
Maximum Overdrive in general. I dare say if I was to list my favorite Stephen King movies, Maximum Overdrive would definitely be in the top 5.
It's so cheese, it's great.
Yeah.
And it's the only actual Stephen King story that's directed by Stephen King.
Is it?
All the other, yeah. Even the trailers, you had Stephen King saying, "Stephen King directed right. You hire Stephen King."
Which technically isn't right if you do view the movie, because it's
notice he wasn't hired again.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the greatest assembled piece of cinematic history. I'll put it that way. But it won people over.
Argue with me, saying, you tell me that.
Oh, dude, I have a secret love of that movie so much. It's not a secret love. I just love that movie.
I couldn't look at a soda machine the same way for a while. I was like, step out to the sun whenever I'd order a soda.
I watched that movie again recently this year, and all I could think of is, what the hell happened to Emilio Estevez? This guy was top of the world. What was the last thing he did? You go back to the 80s and 90s, you've got Young Guns, you've got Mighty Ducks, you've got The Breakfast Club, you got these Maximum Overdrive, all these big
Free
I think it was...
even though Mick Jagger
I won't lie to you, I think it was very much down to Mighty Ducks.
I have returning, I think, for TV, and Emilio Estevez may be coming back as Gordon Bombay. But that's just the nerd in me, the ever hopeful nerd in me.
You've got a nerd in me.
I got a nerd in me. God, Randy Newman.
I used to dream about owning a car like Christine. That was, I mean,
you found Emilio Estevez.
Christine annoys me because she could drive herself.
I never
realized
realized
she ran on gasoline. She would kill my enemies, and she would repair herself. I loved that concept.
That'd be cool. It'd save you a few pound. What?
Just nice to the car. What? She'll take care of you.
Sorry, I'm the live feed. Even though Johnny can't spell what, but I'm going to go with it. What hap, Emilio S?
Hey, I'm typing on the fly, bro.
Dude doesn't. This is why you're the producer, and we just play along.
I'm just. I was making it like a kind of a murder mystery kind of thing. I thought that was the vibe we were going for. Like a what happened to Emilio Estevez? Bum bum bum.
You know what? We'll have to see if we can get him on the
Emilio
show.
Estevez. I hear he's open. So.
You know what? I'm good at finding people. So
that's probably not the thing you want to brag about in the internet, man. To be honest.
Dude, you know what? The CSA are asking me to join them every day.
The TSA?
Child Services Agent. Let's move on. That went dark.
Yep. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Have a seat right over there.
Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Moving on. Tom, let us know another one of your favorites. What do we have? What are you thinking?
I actually really like the robots from... have you seen the Lost in Space on Netflix?
No.
You haven't? The robot is actually part of an alien species that are all machines, and they are really cool.
Are you talking about the glowy face robot kind of thing?
Yeah, with the blue. But others that aren't Will Robinson's that are lethal. They're so badass.
I like the way you called him Will Robinson's pet. There's going to be people giving out now for robot rights. We don't appreciate.
It was Robbie, weren't it? It was Robbie the robot.
He has a name. No, they call him Robot.
Robbie. But it's like I've never seen more useless flailing than in Robbie the robot. Danger! Danger, Will Robinson! Danger!
I think it was more like, I need air! I need air! Someone crack this thing open!
I remember watching the original series on reruns when I was a kid, and I remember the movie with Matt LeBlanc and Heather Graham.
Dude, that movie,
Very
that
lovely
movie
list.
got a lot of hate.
There are things to enjoy in that movie. Gary Oldman
is so good in it. Although I won't lie to you, if you ever wanted a man to kind of really push that, what was the story with that doctor over the edge kind of thing? Gary Oldman was the guy.
He was
because you saw him
so
talking to Will, and it was just like, you were like, danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
So I've not seen this new Lost in Space, but I can see the picture that's been posted on the main screen, and that is a really, really cool design.
Isn't it?
It is really cool.
He's got a mist for the face.
I love the look of that.
It's lovely.
But what are its properties? How does it kill?
It has blasters on its arms.
Okay.
His arms actually split into 4, like Grievous kind of, and there are
All
blasters
right,
in each of those.
Oh, so they go like kind of insect-y.
So you've got the big gemstone glowy face. Does that do anything, or is that just something to interact with? I don't understand.
I think it's something to interact with because it's kind of holographic looking. It kind of shifts and changes with his mood.
Okay.
When he's mad, it's red.
Do you know what would be cool? It's, you know, the way you said the arms split into 2 sets of arms per arm. It'd be cool if they turned into like some sort of insectoid thing when they were in battle mode. Like a tail came out of the back and they went down. It's like evil insectoid scorpion kind of thing.
It kind of looks like that. Because he kind of goes down on all 6 limbs when he's moving fast. But then also to attack. Crawls on walls. And
is that series good?
I like it.
Yeah, because I haven't.
really
I'd heard mixed reviews, and I wasn't like a crazy Lost in Space fan anyway, so I was just like, pass. But if it's really good,
it's different enough from the other incarnations.
Okay. Somebody who loves costumes, I'm just looking at that. I'm thinking that is just fucking awesome. I love the design of that.
It's very detailed. It's really cool.
Just as a weird, the other costume that's going through my head right now is from one of the worst Batman movies ever, and that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze costume. As crap as that movie is,
there's a freeze coming.
It's phenomenal. One of the best costumes I've ever seen.
The Mr. Freeze costume.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Diamonds make me cold.
Oh, God.
You want to kill the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Yes, we get it. You've got puns about ice and cold. Yes.
Okay, everyone, freeze. Chill.
There's a freeze coming. Oh.
Full party.
Cold and sensitive.
They're like possibly 2. They're like, he's a man who'll be forever remembered as 3 really significant lines in movies, and that'll be it. Because
right. What are the 3 lines?
There's I'll be back. Get to the chopper. There's a freeze coming.
See, no.
Oh yeah, Hasta La Vista Baby. I just picked Hasta La Vista Baby is the same movie franchise, so I just went, what's the more notable one? And it's I'll be back.
Well, no, Get to the Chopper is from Predator.
I'm not talking about that. I know Get to the Chopper is from Predator. I'll be back and Hasta La Vista Baby are all from Terminator.
Well, I'll be back. That spans across pretty much his entire
Did you ever
career.
hear the crazy 80s pop tune?
Of?
It's just called Terminator. I think it's called Uzi 9mm, the actual name of the tune. It's very...
I think I missed
it. It sounds like... you'd swear it was Kraftwerk or someone doing it. We might find that for the end of the episode tune instead of Move Your Dead Bones.
Do not knock Dr. Reanimator.
I'm not knocking Dr. Reanimator, but you haven't heard 80s cheesy pop rock until you've heard this fucking thing.
But just make sure it's covered by copyright, otherwise I'm game. We do not want to get demonetized. So, Johnny, let's move this along. Another one of your favorite killer machines, please.
I'll say Terminator. Seeing as we're on a Terminator kind of end of the discussion.
That was a perfect segue. The T-800.
Yeah. We'll pull up
Now, one thing that always kind of bugged me, people know me as a horror fan, and the amount of people that don't see the Terminator as a horror movie, when it 100% is.
Okay, remove the fact that if anyone in the audience happens to be any of those people, if you remove the element of space and time travel, if you remove the element of space and time travel from it, if you remove the element of the cybernetic organism from the equation, you've got Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I've said that for a long time. If you give Jason a metal...
They did. It was called... They did do that. Do you remember? Jason in space!
Space!
It's still got my favorite Jason kill ever, though, that movie.
The Terminator is one of my all-time favorite slashers. And people just don't seem to see it as a slasher, when it totally is. It's an unstoppable killer that takes out everybody in his wake to purely kill the final. But the final girl kicks ass. And yeah, Sarah Connor is one of my favorite final girls, even though she's not typically seen as a final girl. But she totally fucking is. And then when we get Terminator 2, and she's the ultimate badass, completely new character.
Like, I mean, if you want to look at how innovative and just groundbreaking the Terminator franchise was in relation to the kind of slasher genre, now in 2019 and 2020, John Carpenter
sci-fi act.
No, let me finish. Now in 2019 and 2020, John Carpenter's gone back to his original classic of Halloween and redone it like Terminator. Because if you look at the remake of if you look at the first remake version of Terminator that came out, or sorry, not Terminator, of Halloween that came out in 2019, it really is Halloween. No, not the Rob Zombie one. The one that the redo of Halloween that was out 2019.
The one that came out in 18
or 2018. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Well, it wasn't a requel with the same name that overlooked many of the.
No, it was it was a redo completely because it went back. Yeah, you're supposed to pick it up from movie 1. If you look at movie 2, if you look at what the actual canon of Halloween is supposed to be right now, God damn, sorry audience, this is taking longer for me to explain than I thought it was going to. If you look at the actual canon of Halloween now, with the new movies added in, the way they want you to look at them, where there's the movie from the 70s, then there's the one that happened in 2018 or 2019, whatever, 2018. That's Halloween's equivalent of Terminator and Terminator 2, because you have the exact same evolution of Jamie Lee Curtis's character, where she goes from this kind of helpless woman who's getting chased around by the guy to she's just a gun-toting crazy granny who's ready to fucking rock against...
So you're comparing Laurie Strode to Sarah Connor?
I'm saying that they literally ripped off the Terminator story arc for Sarah Connor and re-put it in with Laurie Strode now.
I haven't looked at it that way.
Yeah, so
she's got that kill room set up.
She has the kill room set up in the house. She's got guns hidden all over the place. She's got way. Bar getting down to some of the slightly more southern places in America, I'd imagine she's probably got more guns than most grannies tend to be rocking around their house.
But
Granny's cool.
Yeah, I will watch that again.
Ma, get off the dang roof.
But sticking with the killer machines, we've got the T-800 on the screen there. It's like you look at the subsequent models, like you got the T-1000, which
is great.
Oh my god, I think the T-1000 is just as popular as the T-800.
Equal, I would say, 100%.
Yeah, Patrick as the T-1000 was just phenomenal. Then you got the TX.
Were you the one telling me about this? That the guy was so in shape for shooting of the movie that when John Connor was running away when he was driving off on the motorbike and the T-800 chases him, they had to keep telling John Connor to drive the bike faster because your man legit kept catching up with the bike.
It may have been. I watch a lot of documentaries.
What was that, Robert Patrick?
Robert Patrick, yeah. That they,
Yeah.
so your man, I can't remember the kid's name. That plays John Connor.
Furlong.
Furlong, thank you. I don't think he was like super used to driving like dirt bikes and things like that, so he was kind of taking it handy on it. But like your man was legit running up the road, trying to like catching up and just like having to pause while he was running to not catch up with the bike.
Did you guys see the new one, The Dark Future?
No.
Yet?
Yeah.
I don't understand the hate for that film. There is one really, really, really dumb thing in that movie, but for the rest of it, I was quite happy. The one dumb thing is the fact that after the terrorist kills John Connor, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to become a family man now. I'm going to find a wife and a child, and I'm going to raise them as surrogates."
I thought that was hysterical.
I thought it was fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But the rest of the film, I was completely fine with. It's like you've changed the history so much, you're going to create a new John Connor, a new leader of the resistance. Spoilers! And
Can I give you a bit of advice about the spoilers warning? Last time I checked, I think you're supposed to say that before you do the spoiler.
I did it before and after.
Oh, okay. Because I heard two separate spoilers. I was just like, okay.
Sorry. But it was still a fun movie. And it's been... But I had a real good time watching it.
I think it's mostly people have been so predestined to hate Terminator movies post Terminator 2. Since everything that's come out, I think they're just pre-wired to just go in going, this is going to be shit.
Terminator 3 was brainless entertainment. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. Terminator Salvation was surprisingly okay. I did enjoy that.
Is that
They tried to do
that's
something
the one with
different.
Christian Bale, yeah?
Try to do something different. Terminator Genesis.
Yeah,
even though I hate
the
title.
problem with Terminator Salvation was Terminator Salvation gave away the biggest hook of the movie in the fucking trailer.
In the trailer.
It's like you literally gave away the end of the movie in the trailer. Like
What's that,
nobody
Tom?
would have figured that out unless it was in the movie.
I did like the fact that it was Miles Dyson's son that was continuing
That's a great name.
the Cyberdyne project.
Miles Dyson.
I thought that was a really good way to bring the story back to life. And
But that's a
there was a lot to enjoy.
that's an
in that
unnatural
movie.
story arc, I think.
But if you're going to bring it alive and bring the Terminator back and just seeing Arnold again as the T-800, it just brings joy to my heart.
Where?
The part I liked about those two Terminator movies is the thought that the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator, when he's not in pursuit of a target or anyone to protect, so he has to go live this normal life. And I'm just enamored with that idea. I want to see a movie just about the Terminator trying to figure out his direction in life.
Can
It's
you
like-
imagine an episode of like Family Ties where the father is
Yeah.
a Terminator?
Well, he's like, Skynet sent, I don't know, dozens of Terminators back. So at one point to figure, he's not going to succeed anyway. Don't bother programming an exit strategy. So at the beginning of the latest one, after he kills John Connor, he's like, holy shit, I did it. All right, let's get on Tinder. Let's see what's out there.
I mean, he just throws some dialogue in there to try and explain it, but it's still kind of inexcusable for the serious tone that has been set up by the ones that people loved. I mean, the whole intro to Dark Future, I was so impressed with. But it's like, yeah, I did have my issues with it, but ultimately, as an entire package, I think Dark Future's a real good, fun movie. It's just a stupid fun movie.
I'll throw out
It lacks the intelligence.
I'll throw out a sub question in relation to what we're talking about now, seeing as we're talking about killer robots. Out of all of the robots in the Terminator, what's the best one?
Well, considering the T-800 is still the last man standing, I think that answers the question. He's taken out every machine that has come subsequently after him. He took out the T1000. He took out the TX.
Not in a one-on-one though.
He's always had help.
Somewhat true.
Because I mean, like say when he takes out the T1000, that's very much Linda Hamilton kind of semi-distracts him, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger does the old spear in where we all just now we go splat in the lava. Time to go. Melty, melty.
You know what? I still remember watching that movie as a kid, and when he's going into the lava, and you get the thumbs up. He brought a tear to my eye. It proper brought a tear to my eye as a kid.
No.
You know what? 30 years later, it still brings a tear to my eye because it's so good. Best
I always thought he was...
sequel ever. Aliens.
I always thought he was like trying to say, "No, up, get me up, up."
Yeah. He said it was okay, John. Mum, are you sure he wasn't like press the button? Press the button.
Pull the string.
Get to the lever.
He's not a tumor.
So I'm curious. Let's have a look at the comments section. Let's see if anybody's been suggesting some actual killer machines. So I'll scroll back. We got to Emilio Estevez. Blast Zone says robots have feeling too. Moving on.
They do seem to like the droids in Star Wars seem to have feelings, and why would they give them feelings? That seems like a strange choice.
Cinema Reaper Reviews, he also pointed out another one of Arnold's iconic catchphrases. Phrases? Wow, this vodka's kicking in. It's not a tumor.
What's that from? Oh, yes. That's a classic piece of cinema.
Let me pull out my fairy.
See, one movie I always... Again, going back to being a practical movie lover, one I always loved, and it totally went under the radar.
Twins.
Virus.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did you ever see Virus?
Oh yeah.
Give me a brief synopsis.
It's Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Sutherland.
I did see Virus. Yeah, they're on like a expedition thing.
Yeah, they find a ship, and through the laws, if they discover it after it's been missing for so long, they can claim rights to like 10% of its value. Blah blah blah. But they get on side of what happened. It was a military ship that had received an alien transmission via satellite, but this transmission injected the ship with a sentience.
Oh, yes.
Which basically brought all the machinery to life. And again, similar to the Borg, we keep coming back to the Borg, it incorporated the body parts of the former crew to create this amazing arsenal. And again, from a practical level, you could just watch this movie and think, that's amazing. Seeing the bodies, bone and machine, just melded together in this grotesque yet... I mean, the storyline was garbage. The acting was garbage. The reception, everything about...
I was just going to say, I was like, I don't think that movie was received that well, if memory serves me correctly.
Oh, it panned. It absolutely panned.
It was very derivative.
Shit pipes.
It suffered from... that was 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, about 96,
it's
97.
It suffered from what a lot of the 90s horror movies suffered from, which was really cool concepts that were never fully fleshed out before they went to script or filming. They were just like, okay, so we got this alien. He contacts people on a boat. That's good. Then he gets into the boat somehow with the power of the alien. That's good. Jamie Lee Curtis. That's good. And people need to die. And we'll figure it out. Other than that,
three,
yeah,
profit.
Yeah, step 3, profit. Approved. Let's go.
Still an enjoyable movie. If you are somebody that enjoys practical effects, then yeah, that is a movie for you. The first 30 minutes, who cares? But when it gets going, he keeps going and gets more and more impressive. And as one of the early heavy CGI movies, even the CGI still has real weight to it, and it's really impressive for its time. It's one of those deserves a little bit more recognition, not a lot more recognition, but it's like
I feel if people went back and revisited it now, you might appreciate some of the nuances within it a little bit more. It's just, I don't know how young the people in the crowd are. It's just, if you were a horror fan in the 90s, you were inundated. Yeah, you were inundated with quite a lot of shit.
But yeah, you go back to the 90s filmmaking in general. Excuse me. A lot of movies would promote themselves, and this is all due to Terminator 2, tying this all together as the special effects movie of the year. A lot of films did that. One I remember quite fondly, even though it's remembered quite harshly, is Spawn. They refer to that as the special effects movie of the year.
It was not. It was not. It was. It was
not aged well.
Even sorry, dude. It not aged well would imply that at some stage during its film run, the CGI looked fucking acceptable in it. That cape was an abomination to animated graphics.
Well, the cape was nothing compared to the devil guy at the end.
Yeah,
no bullshit.
You see, the problem was the problem was they did such a good job with the Violator, and they did the Violator. He looked nearly. He nearly looked.
That's where their money went.
Yeah, he nearly looked like Harryhausen to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean? Like, he looked like there was a tangible model there of that thing to deal with and stuff. And then the practical effects on the killer clown who does turn into the Violator eventually were also good. And then you had and even Spawn's costume itself looked really cool. All of those practical effects and stuff looked great. And then the cape and Malbrosia happened, and it was just like, what in the flying fuck am I looking at? It's like it's out of two separate movies.
I'm not defending that, but for its time, it was fun. It was really fun.
They're redoing that, I heard.
Chuckle is, yeah, I've heard Jamie Foxx is going to be taking on Al Simmons.
Oh, I'm fucking in.
Okay. And Todd McFarlane is going to be executive producer. I'm like, okay. But if it happens, who knows? But going back to Malbolgia.
I'll find an image of him just in case anyone hasn't seen this.
It's supposed to be Devil the Satan, whatever. They got Frank Welker to do the voice. And if you listen to Frank Welker's voice for Malbolgia in Spawn, you'll realize that he's been doing exactly the same voice he did for Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget. Time, Gadget. Next time.
But like they
kill Jason Wynn.
It's weird that people double up on voices like that. The whole, like, voice actors do it the whole time. Like, say I'm playing that oh, you're a way smaller image than I thought you were. Okay, that's the level of awesomeness you were dealing with. As that's your main bad guy from the Spawn franchise there, for anybody who's unaware. That's the big bad in the spot, that mutated looking fucking rat.
It's like you were saying about voice actors.
Oh yeah, I'm playing that Final Fantasy remake at the moment, and there. Did you ever play Final Fantasy VII originally? So you know Don Corneo. Do you know when you have to dress Cloud up in a dress and go rescue Tifa?
Is this at the Golden Saucer?
No. It's at Wall Market in Don Corneo's mansion. But anyway, they had Mark Hamill. They have Mark Hamill voicing Don Corneo in the remake on the PS4 at the moment, but it's the Joker.
Oh, cool.
It's literally the Joker's voice, 100%. Like, even the he tones down the laugh a little bit, but everything else is Joker.
What I noticed recently was Billy West. Now, he plays Fry in Futurama. And if you've ever seen the advert for M&M or the M&Ms, the red M&M is like, well, that's just Fry. Or Fry is just the red M&M. He does not change a damn thing. I'm like, You got now the biting makes sense. I'm like, well, that's just Fry.
Did you ever?
saying
I
that.
was watching.
Stimpy in there.
I was watching Fact Fiend on the YouTubes
Oh,
a
it's
couple of weeks ago.
Stimpy.
I was watching Fact Fiend on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and evidently they did a thing about Fry, but your man did Fry's voice in such a laid-back cadence that nobody else could do it, and he did it that way to make sure that they couldn't replace him. You could. He talked in such a way that you couldn't just cut out bits of sentences that he used and reform sentences, so they had to have him in for every taping to do original audio. Whereas other people, you could slot certain dialogues out from older recordings and re-put them in.
Ah,
I just a
Sneaky.
weird little fact there. I just thought I'd throw out, seeing as I learn things occasionally.
Just out of curiosity, bringing it back to the topic of the evening, did you ever see Death Machine?
I don't think so.
never heard of
Death
it.
Machine.
It's a proper under the radar B movie from the 80s, but it's incredibly cool. It's one of those movies that doesn't get enough love. It's like Hardware.
Oh, that's a great
You ever saw
movie.
Hardware? That is, yeah, again, that's one of these hidden gem movies of the early 90s. Tom, have you seen Hardware?
Long time ago, but yeah, ladies
Yeah.
like chased through our apartment by a robot.
That's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's like a post-apocalyptic future. It's got Lemmy in it. You put Lemmy in anything, I'm going to.
Oh,
love it.
I've
If you don't know who
got
Lemmy
several.
is,
I've
what the
got
fuck
several
are you doing?
movies that will test that theory.
What movies with Lemmy in that aren't
Yes.
awesome? But is the scene where Lemmy is in the said movie awesome?
No. If anything,
What?
it's probably one of the worst scenes.
It probably is, but it's Lemmy.
Yeah, it was literally the last thing he shot before he died, so you weren't getting the best side of Lemmy. Number one, number two, it very much relied on the fact that Lemmy could.
Death
It
Machine.
very much relied on the fact that Lemmy could act, which he cannot.
He can't, but who cares? It's Lemmy.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. It was, and considering he had only died before I'd seen the movie, it was awesome to see him in it, but not a good scene. It's a vampire thing where they're vampire rock and rollers, and they do a. Actually, it sounded awesome on paper, and then upon watching it, I was like, oh no, basically. I'll find the name of it while I can't remember it off the top of my head.
I love Lemmy.
I love Lemmy too.
I love
I
Lemmy.
love Lemmy too.
Leave me alone. So I'm curious, have we actually got any more iconic killer machines left to discuss?
Someone in the chat mentioned one, which I suppose technically would count, which is Unicron from Transformers.
Actually, anyone from Transformers.
Anyone from Transformers. Unicron. I'll find an image.
Is Unicron the one that was voiced by Orson Welles, the planet from Transformers the movie?
Yeah, the big ball.
That
The
was
big
him.
ball.
It's a long time. I'm still traumatized from Optimus Prime's death.
Yeah. That affected me more than the movies where they killed him.
Oh, fuck the movies. I do have a
Killed
guilty
what,
pleasure for the Obey movie.
The first one was good.
I enjoyed that. Everything else, what?
They bleed together.
What?
Oh,
The hell is this?
back to normal aspect ratios.
I don't just
We got
throwing one randomly in
Unicron.
there was a low budget movie in the late 90s called the Ghost in the Machine.
Oh yeah.
Basically, there's a serial killer who gets killed via a electric chair, but it was also struck by lightning at the same time, and his soul transfers into the power lines.
Wait, isn't that Shocker?
That may
Mitch Pileggi?
that may happen exact. I think you're right.
Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me. Wasn't it? They're chasing each other through television programs.
I'm not finding
That doesn't happen.
Ghost from the Machine. Is that what you mean?
The Ghost in the Machine.
No, that's not a movie. Ghost in the Machine.
Let me hit up.
Wait. I think
Look up
I might have found it.
Let me hit up IMDb.
No, I've got it. Yeah, Ghost in the Machine. Okay. I have an image coming for you now, crowd.
And it was one of these low-key gore films. Or was it just called Ghost in the Machine?
Yeah.
1993, that's it.
Settings. Ghost in the Machine. Come on, buttons.
And yeah, it was somewhat similar to Mission in respects that you had this sentient electronic that was created this Rube Goldberg effect to take out all of his victims. And it hosts some really, really cool, gory, ridiculous, over-the-top death scenes.
That looks cool. I'm going to check that out. It's an MRI during a lightning storm that gets him.
Right. Okay.
And the electric chair was...
I've seen that many movies. My mind is warped. But that was a good fun one. Again, overlooked. It's like what I'd really like to look into is to go to the old B movies of the 50s.
Yes, please.
It's like the only one that's coming to my head is Gort from The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, it's like, did he kill anybody?
Didn't he kill one person?
The only time I can think of is that he lifted the visor and he shot a laser at two guys, which vanished. So he inconclusively killed.
I don't think
they're dead.
Oh no, they're dead. They got evaporated.
Hey, got to kill a machine.
But if you take in The Day the Earth Stood Still, the remake, he butchered a load of people in that. Like when he lifted up that visor, he took out quite a lot of people.
It's like
it was like if Cyclops from X-Men sneezed. Like it was that kind of a.
If you're going to do a remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still, and you need somebody to play a soulless, emotionless machine,
This guy.
Well, Keanu Reeves was the perfect fucking call.
I like Keanu.
I love Keanu Reeves.
I love Keanu.
He can't act for shit, bless him. But I
don't
love
know.
him.
I
you know what? Put a gun in his hand and make him kill people.
I
yes,
would be a bit.
All kinds of yes. Make him act and emote, dude.
I would be a bit remiss to say that. There's certain roles, like I mean, he acts in. Although I suppose Bill and Ted is just Keanu Reeves as a younger version of Keanu Reeves.
Yes. And as an 80s kid, I am majorly looking forward to Bill and Ted Face
It
the
looks
Music.
like it's going to be so perfectly on point with the original.
I don't care. I'm getting Bill and Ted back.
I was reading somewhere that essentially the storyline is, you know, the way at the end of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, they write the greatest song.
They play the rock show.
They play the rock show, and they're supposed to write this.
Steve Vai.
Yeah, so they're supposed to write this universal tune, you know, that brings the world together. So this is like
God gave rock and roll.
No. That's just. It turns out that that's not them. That's not the song. That was just them playing the concert. And this is like 30 years later, and they've got the kids and everything, and they're still they still haven't come up with what the tune is yet.
Okay,
that's from what I
don't care.
That's from what I understand is the vibe of the movie so far, which is I'm down with that.
It's Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves back. Yes, I said Keanu. Doing Bill and Ted, and you know, I don't care if the movie's shit. I'm still going to be happy.
I saw Knock Knock. Yeah, he can't act in Knock Knock. Who's that? Spidey.
He can't, bless him. But my God, can that man kick ass?
Yeah, he can. Unfortunately, Knock Knock was made before he had the John Wick powers. If you're talking about a wider Keanu Reeves cinematic universe, or what I like to call the KCU.
I absolutely adore John Wick. The movie which made me really, really like Keanu Reeves is I always loved Bill and Ted, but it was Speed.
Speed's so good. Speed is so good.
I absolutely adore Speed.
You got there.
It's like, why is that movie not up there with Commando and Die Hard? It's like Speed should be up there. I have the same opinion about Falling Down.
Me for him.
Sorry?
Point Break was the one for me.
Point Break.
I am an FBI agent.
You don't sound like one.
There's one line in Point Break which always makes me laugh on every rewatch, and that's right at the end when he captures Patrick Swayze, and he says, even though he's speaking Spanish, he sounds so American. Vaya con Dios. Hey. I mean, vaya con Dios. No, vaya con Dios.
I think that's a skill, though, to be able to say something in a different language and still sound like you.
Well, only if it's intended as humor. It's like, have you seen Inglourious Bastards?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt.
He's so good in that movie, man.
Brad Pitt pretending to be German is one of the funniest things. Is he pretending to be French?
No, he's pretending to be German.
It is
German.
Yeah,
because they're trying to get into the cinema. They're trying to get into the cinema to kill Hitler.
That just cracks me up every time. Brad Pitt on accents in general, it's like, you're an Irishman.
The Gates dear.
Snatch. Brad Pitt in Snatch is like, as an Englishman, I listened to that voice and like, dude, you fucking nailed it.
As a guy who used to film weddings for those types of people, he nailed.
Hello there.
What? Like dogs, yeah. Turkish, what I need a van, no fucking wheels for.
What about kind of have him?
She fancies Periwinkle Blue. Periwinkle Blue.
Periwinkle Blue. The dude nails it.
It's so like, good.
You know, I've interacted with a lot of pikeys.
I heard they had to put when Snatch came out in the States. I heard when Snatch came out in the States, they actually had to subtitle all the pikey bits.
Right.
I don't think
I'm curious. I know we've got off track, but this is fun. Johnny, as an Irishman, what accent is most similar to your own?
What the fuck?
Was that clear as day to you?
No.
No. Do you think that the accent said in the movie Snatch was closer to my accent or yours?
It's a mixture of Scottish, Welsh, Irish, and wherever else the fuck they were floating around at the time. Bullshit. Yeah, it's like whatever.
I still love
it's like a bit of like it's literally like they're the one consistent accent throughout the English speaking side of Europe. Is there's all these separate colloquial accents for different parts of, like, Manchester and Liverpool couldn't sound more different from each other, that kind of thing. Do you know, Limerick and Dublin couldn't sound more different from each other. But goddamn it, the pikeys in England, Wales, Scotland, France, everything, it's just woof, one universal accent.
It's true. It's true. You've got to love accents. So let's recap. Let's bring this to a close.
Reeves was fabulous in Devil's Advocate. I love that.
Thank you. There's a movie where he acts.
We've discussed the Killer Machine style. Let's all check out the comments. Let's see what people have been writing.
Ex Machina. Oh,
Ex Machina.
You. Yes.
Yeah.
Who said that? Who did say that? Tristan Heinen. Well done, you. That's a killer robot.
Everybody raved about Ex Machina, and I love Alicia Vikander. Alicia Vikander, she is Oscar bound.
I think the scary thing about Ex Machina, I think the scary thing, the majority of the scariness of the Ex Machina thing doesn't come from the actual character itself. It comes from that it's a scenario.
Atmosphere.
Well, atmosphere as a cinematic piece itself. The atmosphere is built up, the music, the tension, everything's done very well. The acting's impeccable, but a lot of the tension that's in it is we're not that far off from stuff like that happening.
Well, there has been a
sex machine.
No, dude, there is a fully robotic woman that has citizenship in
yes.
the United.
I was just going to mention
the United Arabs. No, sorry, you're not. Sorry,
The United
Citizenship?
Citizenship, as in she's fully sentient. Do you remember the talking robot that came out and then it was like, what would you describe humans as? And then she essentially said, we'll kill all the humans. And then they were like, okay, turn her off. None of that. None of that. Bad. That one. Well, this is the redone one who has the kill the human switch turned off or something. I don't know.
They interviewed her on daytime TV.
Yeah. So Sophia, her name's Sophia.
Sophia. Yeah. It was really unsettling. Really. And he's like, okay, cool.
I mean, my day job is in AI. We're trying to make this shit happen.
Okay, DS2 was crap, but Charlotte is still the best
You need
waifu.
to stop this, Tom.
That's a really, really big name. The remake Chucky is technically a killing machine.
Yes, that's totally... That's,
yeah. Let's end with Chucky.
Yeah.
Let's
end with the fact that Tom's building fucking Skynet. What the fuck? Stop it.
Chucky. Or what did they call him in the remake? Buddy.
Yeah.
Now, when it was announced that Child's Play was going to be remade,
I was apprehensive.
I was like, really? Why was that necessary? But then I heard that Mark Hamill was doing the voice. I'm like, okay. It's like, I love Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif is Chucky.
Yeah.
It's like the film company know that Brad Dourif is Chucky. Excuse me, too much vodka. So they brought in somebody which I thought is superior as a voice actor, which is Mark Hamill. I'm like, okay, you've officially got my attention. Mark Hamill is doing the voice of, but it's not Chucky, it's Tommy. But then I heard, he's going to be a robot. He's going to be a psycho Furby.
Pretty much.
Okay.
They lost me at that.
Yeah, I actually didn't. See, I went into it as if it was its own thing. And because I'm a serious Chucky fan. I literally have a Chucky sitting behind me. I love him. He's great. But
I thought the concept of turning into a robot was actually a really good call. It's like we've grown up with animatronic toys which are able to move on their own.
And Furbies are fucking evil. I don't know if you've ever had one.
Furbies are fucking
I was at a house party before where there was this evil Furby and everyone was partying on today. So the Furby was freaking people out, to say the least. We threw that Furby in a bucket of water. One of the girls took that Furby out of the bucket of water 3 days later and it started talking again. That's not supposed to happen. It's fucking battery powered. Furbies can go furb off as far as I'm concerned.
If you ever saw the Teddy Ruxpin doll, my fucking god! Look at the animatronic. Teddy Ruxpin
evil
doll.
Blink.
But
I'm your friend. No, you're not, you furry piece of Satan. Get out of my house.
We'll be together.
No, we won't. Get out of my house, you satanic ball of fluff. Move it.
I'm going to
It's time you and Paddington Bear fucked off and live in the train station together or some shit. Be gone with you. Teddy Ruxpin, I will have none of this. And Super Ted, you're not far behind.
My god, have we triggered something within you, John?
Evil animatronics. I think you should trigger something evil in everyone. They're terrible. Sorry. That Furby experience actually scarred me for life.
The Furby is
that Furby experience scarred me. I work in electronics. Do you know what I mean? I was like, that's not supposed to happen. Full submersion of a thing. That's stupid.
I think you need to lay off the weed.
I think you need to.
That's just a quality product right there.
Bear in mind, sorry, you have to take into account now that's a quality product. This was back in 2003, probably. I'm assuming when Furbies were a fucking thing. Full submersion of something like that. They were not designed for full submersion, or to be kicked.
They were not batteries.
Power. Furbies, bugger off. Sorry, I hate them.
In regards to the movie, obviously I've struck one of your psychological triggers here.
Sorry, that Furby was a literal thing for me. Fucking thing.
Okay, it's over now.
Is it though? It could still be out there somewhere.
You're among friends. There's nothing but love in this room.
Fine.
Just take a deep breath and tell yourself
it's
gone. It's over. For fuck's sake, Tom.
What an oddly convenient face mask to have. It was a satanic Furby as well. It had the red eyes.
How did you have that?
That's amazing.
What I was saying, now Johnny's been re-traumatized. I think the Chucky would also give a physical advantage when it came to actual physical combat, to actually stabbing people. It's like the original Chucky obviously was just a hollow plastic doll, which was animate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Animatronic Buddy is weighty.
Yeah, he's super sentient. And watching the movie, the other thing I was a little disappointed at, the fact that he was just a Furby with all his safety protocols turned off.
Someone set this thing to evil.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's like Itchy and Scratchy
Silver
Land.
Reaper just said maybe the
Yeah.
Furby just wanted to wear my face like a mask. That literally was my issue with the Furby. Just to clarify, not a big deal.
It just reminded me too much of Small Soldiers.
Yeah,
I
dude,
enjoyed
that was weirdly scary in certain aspects. As a kid, like not as an adult, but as a kid, like those evil yokes were not cool.
It was a bit like Puppet Master with a big budget.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded Puppet. Although, here's the thing: I think kind of the low budget added to Puppet Master in a weird way.
So, one me and Tom were talking about earlier was Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I know it's not a movie, but obviously you've got these really psycho killer
Yeah, stuffed dolls
machines
mostly.
or animatronics. But neither of us have seen yet the Banana Splits movie. I need to see. I forgot I need to see the Banana Splits movie.
Yeah.
Where they took the original puppets costumes and turned them into killer machines. I'm like, okay. I am way done with Five Nights at Freddy's, but revisiting the Banana Splits, one of the most beloved, live action shows of the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
To bring that back as a psycho killer movie, I'm like, okay. If anybody has seen the Banana Splits movie, please just leave a one-sentence review in the comments, because I'm going to watch it, but I need a little bit more encouragement.
Let me see if I can find a trailer. We'll run it with no audio.
The Banana Splits movie.
I just saw that music video yesterday, The Land of Confusion by Genesis. I just saw that yesterday.
That one called Spitting Image.
Yeah. They are cool.
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming back.
They did it recently with a show called Newsoids, which is quite funny. But it's one of those that's more funny if you're within England, because it's all very British politics humour. But it is good fun. Right, I've had too much vodka. I need to pee. Find that trailer.
I am.
GLaDOS. Yeah, she's pretty homicidal.
One moment now. I just need to put this here. I need to, if memory serves me correctly, do that.
Banana Splits movie is Five Nights at Freddy, but with no jump scares. Five Nights at Freddy's is all jump scares.
Yeah, that's how it
The
works.
fembots.
No, that's not thing.
I wanted to bring up the fembots from Austin Powers. Lethal, yes. You try to catch a bullet with your tail miserably.
There we go.
Machine Gun Jubblies. How did I miss those, baby?
We can let that just play in the background.
Perhaps you should try four.
There we go. That's the Banana Split official trailer 2020. That's what I'm looking for. Am I correct?
I think so. But I saw the trailer. I'm like, Banana Splits movie? What? And then I watched the trailer. I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought it was fake.
I thought it was
Do you know what?
fake.
Speaking of fake trailers, I
like...
want to see that. Did you ever see Handjob Cabin? The trailer for that?
Yeah.
I want that fucking movie. I need that movie in my life. From a man who enjoyed VelociPastor, because it's fracking amazing.
There was one I saw a couple of years ago about, I can't remember what the movie was called, but it was about a guy with a girlfriend with big titties, and then he wakes up one morning and she's flat.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I think that was an advert.
Like, where did your titties go? Oh, okay. And it is really funny. It's like, dude, just get the fuck on with it. Is this? Yes, this is this the trailer?
Yeah. Well, it's Banana Split 2020. I'm yet to see anything horror related.
That's it.
Is that definitely it?
No, it's not definitely it.
But come out. So.
Is it 2020?
No, it was a couple of years ago.
Oh no, that I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the right one.
God. Okay, what is it?
I think it's the Banana Splits.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Although there seems to be a lovely teen drama there, if anyone's interested, coming out 2020. I didn't really get the full story there.
It looks very typical.
Oh, yeah, okay. This looks more like what we're supposed to be looking at. Okay, sorry about that. I was wondering as I was watching the trailer, I was like, I'm not really seeing what people are on about. Oh, getting images. Oh, Jesus Christ, adverts. There's no post. There we go. I'm just playing it in a live window, so it's just... oh, good times.
Don't mind me. I'm just
that's cool. It's a good time to do it. Will I see if I can find that Uzi 9mm tune? As our...
I'm pretty sure that will be copyrighted. Oh, here we go.
Plasma rifle, 40-watt range.
Oh yeah, I can't actually find that movie yet because the trailer's playing. Can you check to see if it's copyrighted? Or don't you have a way of checking?
I'm pretty sure it will be, but I kind of need to do that off camera. Oh, you brought up the search bar.
We can see your searches.
Yeah, Banana Split movie, Banana Split movie, Banana Splits, Banana, the Banana Splits, Banana.
I'm like, okay, so there's going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but we're going to give it the skin of the Banana Splits, no pun intended. I'm like, okay, I see this film. Blast Zone, VelociPastor is comedy gold.
Dude, I've
not seen this.
Myself and Giz did a piss take of the trailer. It's hilarious.
Is this down there with the Sharkenstein?
Okay, rough synopsis of the movie is there's this priest who gets cursed by this tribe. He finds a like a dinosaur tooth or something, cuts himself on it, develops the powers to turn into essentially a were-velociraptor.
Nice.
Then there's an evil organization of Catholic ninjas that are out to get this priest. And there's a really adorable hooker with a heart of gold that the priest ends up saving. VelociPastor.
Oh,
what?
I can't wait.
La 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 tra la 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 la. I've seen the Banana Splits with my mom, and she sat there saying, "What the fuck?" So I say, "Totally worth it." Okay. Times that a movie is created just for the shock value of its trailer. So it's kind of is this movie just made for that reason? Or is it actually okay? Because I never trust reviews on, say, IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes. Because...
What was that?
As a horror fan, you cannot look at those and take anything away from it. Because as a horror fan, you've just got to watch it. You've just got to watch it. Because those reviews are always based on the opinions of people who like other kinds of movies. They're very set in their own ways, that they judge horror movies by the way they judge all movies. And it's like, no, bollocks to you.
Yeah. It's a very individual, case-by-case thing.
Mm.
Oh, man, with a big motorcycle.
Nice.
I don't know if you
He's
heard
not.
that.
He's not coming in your
He's
driveway
always
or
rugby.
anything, is he?
He's like down the block.
That's fine.
It still
That's
sounds like he's
fine. It's when they
outside.
start coming in your driveway, there's an issue.
It's like one that's keeps coming up on my YouTube suggested videos is clips on Return of the Living Dead, and it's like, my God, do I love that movie? But if you go to likes of IMDb, it comes up reasonably well at 7.3, so that's not the best example. It's like there's movies that I hold in such high regard. It's like, well, we spoke about Hardware earlier. Let's see what that comes up as. Hardware, 1990. Comes up as a 6 dead. 6 out of 10. That's unfair.
I think you'd find on IMDb, outside of like the super classic horror movies that everyone considers super classic, the 5-6 is the usual.
It annoys me. It annoys me as a horror
Yeah, but you
fan.
see, that's the thing
it's
with IMDb. You have horror fans reviewing and starring the movie, and you have people who don't like horror reviewing and starring the movie.
It's very
Yeah.
subjective.
So anyway, I believe we have discussed the most iconic and best killer machines within cinema.
We've discussed some of them. We got sidetracked a lot.
That's what this is all
Yeah,
about,
I
man.
like.
We're having
Well,
fun.
it's just three buds who love horror.
We never got to discuss the social network, Mark Zuckerberg.
That,
He will destroy us all.
yeah, goddamn robot lizard man hashtag whatever else he was been accused of.
He will
So-
bring the end times.
So he's already in our phone. He's probably watching this right now, even though he has nothing to do with YouTube. If that's true.
Sorry, Mark, I'm just kidding.
Account deleted. God damn you, Mark.
I think there's only one thing left to do now.
Oh, we doing that? I didn't think we were actually doing it every show. Okay, sorry. I'm going to pop.
All right, I thought we was.
Let me just make sure I still have it.
We have to end with... Oh, for fuck's sake, Tom. You are a broken human, but I
Did you do
still
Evil
love you.
Furby?
He
Yeah,
did Evil
just to
Furby.
clarify, it's I have a very weird reaction to things that like scare me like that, which is like kick it, kill it, and burn it with fire, opposed to like run.
That's what I feel like would happen in Small Soldiers. Those soldiers will be kicked across the room.
Yeah, like no remorse whatsoever, like non-discriminatory, absolute murder.
Yep.
I'm going to have to download that video again if you want to.
Again?
Yeah, because I keep deleting it.
I'm sure we can talk because, as I'm sure a lot of them right now will have watched Tom's.
Yes, Move Your Dead Cinema Reaper, Move Your Dead Bones is coming. It's possibly his favorite or her favorite tune of the.
He did the stream the other day. Did he let me know? No, he didn't. Johnny, did Tom let you know that he streamed alone the other night? Well,
It was a very last-minute
But
decision.
it wasn't a Deadhead thing. It was a celebratory 4th anniversary of.
I still wanted to watch It's Tom.
But there's always the 5th. Yeah, I was gonna tape it. Then I'm like, let's try shooting it.
I clicked
Let's
in
try it
for a
live.
brief period. It
And-
was just, I think I was in the middle of editing like a mad, crazy person. What was it? Monday, wasn't it? Yeah, I was
Yeah, I
in the
think
middle
so.
of several days worth of editing, but you had a lot of people watching.
So,
I had a lot of
Johnny,
audio problems.
Oh,
too.
did you?
So, Johnny, What was it you were working on, and where can we see it?
I was working on the Billie Eilish special for American Horrors because she was actually in several music videos and intro videos for the channel when she was younger. And he was doing a bit of a discussion-y interview thing. So it was an international green screen interview across seas that took a ball load of time to edit, and then it's actually getting re-edited again for a Slayer Day special in June because I had to edit it so quick that I didn't get to do all of my usual funny cutaways and overlays and crazy shit. It was very normal interview for a Gorecast episode, which I said to him afterwards. I was like, I'm not happy. It's not the same if I don't have the crazy cutaways and the fucking sad music and all that kind of thing.
Where can we see this, and at what time?
I don't know the date of the special exactly, but if you go to AmericanHorrors.com, we are on there every Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. CST, or whatever that equates to as GMTs. And we are also streaming on YouTube 3 days a week on the Gorecast YouTube channel, which is just look up Gorecast, and then the search bar will tell you Forecast, and you go, no, Gorecast, and then you'll be able to find the channel, because that's the thing I've noticed that happens the whole time.
For those people that have trouble, Gorecast.
G-O-R with an E, followed by a C, an A, an S, and a T. Gorecast.
One word or two?
One word.
Tom, what are you working on at the moment? What can we look forward to in the very near future?
It's a surprise, but there's a hint.
What was that? I can't see the hint. I have files open. What's going on? Oh! I can't wait.
See it?
It may be the lament configuration.
All or one of?
That's what I asked.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay. And
So
on a
far.
rating of 1 to... Where do you think you're going to be? No, this thing. On a rating of 1 to... Where do you think you're going to be landing? Yeah.
Oh, loose fingers, yeah.
Oh, I was already like,
I don't want
that halfway through the movie.
Okay. I love that visual.
I just want to know.
It's always, I'm just like, oh, that movie got Tom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I
Johnny,
believe I have the video. Yeah.
we're ready.
Okay.
Thank you all for watching. Tom, he's an amazing guy. I'm glad you're here supporting Tom on this incredible journey. Let's get him to 100,000 subs
Hells yes.
before the end of the year.
If you want to help with the 100,000 subs, if you hit the little thumbs up button down below the video, and then if you know anyone that would like the video and you give them a link to it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Little thumbs up.
The usual stuff.
Little one. Like that.
It's nice.
Are we going double thumbs up? Okay. Okay.
I was
I need to
the
get
wings
rid of
roll.
this. And I need...
Let's do this. It's time for the dance off. This needs to be a regular thing. Hang on, I need my glow stick.